It was in another time this story begins, in a country of yellow with two tragic twins. The Queen of Yellow was a ruler to fear. She was such a spoiled girl, her dark intents were clear. Everything in the world belonged to this little child. Everything in her reach was soon defiled, for there was no such thing as no in her world. Every command from her was obeyed in her.
Huh? What do you mean I can't have that diamond ring? You would spend the money on such silly pointless things. Who cares if the family doesn't eat tonight? Let someone else pick up their blight. Now bow to me. Dark and flowers with a yellow honey bloom begin to shine within the evening's gloom. Pretty flowers should do exactly what they're told. I'd hate to be the one to pluck them because they're old. The Queen of Yellow began to fall in love with the Prince of Blue, who had the face of a dove. Choosing a peasant girl from a distant town with beautiful eyes and who never did frown. The Queen's love soon began to turn to hate, and she called her minister, for he could not be late. She had plans to ravage the town of Green. Make sure the bodies are hidden. I'd rather keep it clean.
The town soon was nothing but fire and smoke, and yet the Queen saw it as nothing but a joke. When the deaths were readily inquired, she simply blinked and smiled.
Let's sort this out after tea.
Dark and flowers with a yellow honey bloom have blossomed fully within the evening's gloom. Though its petals are so lovely to see, the rest of its garden is decaying. Within the town's anger boiled and overflowed, for to them this was certainly not a joke, and soon came together to reclaim their pride, with a red lady at the head and a blue prince at their side. All the fear and anger ravaged the gods, for when the people began to charge, these poor men never stood a chance, for their attack on Green had left them defenseless. Search the palace for where that brat hides, cried the red woman marching at their side. Discovering the girl in her room holding a dove, she smiled and released it to the above.
You have no right to do this.
Dark and flowers with a yellow honey bloom, left alone to rot within the evening's gloom. She did not even put up her fight, as she was dragged away into the night. It was in another time this story begins, in a country of yellow with two tragic twins. The Queen of Yellow was a ruler to fear. She was such a spoiled girl, her dark intents were clear. Her execution was to be at 3 o'clock, where her head would roll after that loud chop. For as she sits there, what could she think? She simply sneers, a creature not to be pitied. Soon the time for punishment arrived. She walked up to meet her fate with a smile, looking into the crowd as they screamed at her with hate. She didn't even seem to take the bait.
Oh look, it's time for tea. A lady.
Dark and flowers with a yellow honey bloom, left to rot within the evening's gloom. Now the Queen sits on her throne where
best.
My queen, I will protect you, no matter what anyone says, or what you do.
Oh, my queen, I'm your servant, your weapon to own. We were portraits forced apart, and yet our bond kept us close. Oh, dear sister, do not fear, no one will bring you harm. I'm your sword, I'm your shield, let blame fall on your servant. It was so long ago we were forced to take on roles. 14 lonesome years soon came by and soon went. We learned that our family we could not disobey. So I played the lowly pawn just to see you once more. Our people may lash out against you and say you're evil, but trust me, they do not mean all those things that they say. They are heartless, they're cruel, they don't know the real you. So wipe away those tears, be strong and smile for me.
You're so funny.
My dear queen, I'm your servant, your weapon to own. We were portraits forced apart, and yet our bond kept us close. Oh, dear sister, do not fear, no one will bring you harm. I'm your sword, I'm your shield, let blame fall on your servant. My loyalty shook when I entered the country of green. My errands were disrupted by a maiden to see. She was so kind to me, she called me so handsome. I couldn't help it, I love you, but I love her just as much. But I'll forget about her, especially at your command. I know that she must die, but certainly not by your hand. I will take on your burdens, I'll see her slain myself. What? These tears? No, I'm not mourning over her death.
You're the only thing I have left now.
My lovely queen, I'm your servant, I'm your weapon to own. We were portraits forced apart, and yet our love kept us close. Oh, I'm sorry to bother you, but I know you love Brioche and you smile. A smile that's so pure, you're wonderful. The people finally have rose up, your reign is at an end. They will stop at nothing until they know that you're dead. Her life has always been more important than mine, so I will save you and go against everything they say. There is nothing we can do now, one of us must die. So please take my clothes, go away and hide. No, please don't cry, you must remain safe anyway. Never tell us all who you are, that way you can escape. And now I am the queen and you are not the victim.
of my cruelty, of my jealousy, of my love, my poor twin. They say you're a dictator of evil and vice, but I say they are wrong. I'm the one who is evil. Once upon a time there was a lonely queen. She was not a bad queen, nor was she evil. She was just unlucky, turned into the gods' fool, dancing on the stage for their amusement. How could they be so cruel? All people may lash that against you and say you're evil, but trust me, they do not mean all those things that they say. They are heartless, they're cruel, they don't know the real you. So wipe away those tears, be strong, and smile for me. It's time for tea. Oh, my queen, I'm your servant, your weapon to own. We were portraits forced apart, yet our bond kept us close. When the bell begins to chime, the queen falls to her knees. She is crying, she is pleading to know this is all a dream.